Yo, I was playing with Zephyr. And Cloud did those because I may or may not be picking up a better character than Olimar.
I mean, Cloud's a pretty good character.
And he knows his stuff, that's for sure. But with that said, Mr. Eric knows his stuff, getting him in a nice little string. Not a lot of damage. A 41 is nothing to frown at.
Yep, but then Cloud racks up damage like no other character. That big sword does a lot of damage, has a lot of weight to it. And then that up air is going to be one of the big things in this matchup, I feel, as well. Big body characters do not like that move.
Definitely do not. It lingers for so long. It does so much damage. And right there, up tilt and nair coming in from Zephyr. But Mr. Eric firing right back, mounting his own offense, has Zephyr off the stage. Is he going to get something done? Nobody does force limit, and that's such an important thing to do right now because you don't have to worry about losing your stock.
But he gets a pivot grab, too. And actually, okay, Zephyr manages to reverse that situation and turn it into pretty much an edge guard situation for himself. Another up there, stuffing that nair, too. And Mr. Eric struggling to re-find his footing after that dominant first, like, 20 seconds of that set.
And they literally have just been switching back and forth. Zephyr right now with the stage control. Mr. Eric had it a second ago.
Oh my god, the worst DI on that up air is going to send him straight to the heavens. Well, he died a little bit off the side. But either way, first stock still to Mr. Eric, but he is soon to follow with the Charles Barkley. Did Coney come up with that?
I am not sure. I want to say Zephyr came up with the way he swung that sword.
Yeah, looking like it's a Zephyr original.
And I love Mr. Eric's stage control right now, throwing out the nair and the tilts to keep Zeph there. But Zeph finding his way back onto the stage and trying to get something done. But Mr. Eric still putting a stop to it.
Yep, and then the limit kind of coming to bite Zephyr a little bit because the down throw and the up air was guaranteed there because that fall speed. And tripping off of the down tilt as well. Oh, going for the hard reads. But then Mr. Eric just needs to keep on staying on the ground the way he's doing right now. He's pretty much boxing Zephyr in the corner, forcing him to burn his limit, and then he almost overextended, and if he was a little bit to the left, he would have died right there. Zephyr smelling blood in the water. He goes for a spike a little bit, and now he has Eric trapped at the ledge. Eric jabbing out, forcing another juggle position.
And I'm loving the little charges that Zephyr's doing in between each moment, just so he can make sure he has a limit when he does get Mr. Eric to kill range. If he gets him there, you know, because the way Mr. Eric's playing right now.
Yeah, the man is on fire, but then limits are getting closer and closer to being broken. And here we go. Gets a grab off of that, too.
He has Mr. Eric in the air. He's going to go off for edge guard attempt. He opts not to. But he does get hit. He might have to use his limit anyway, but Mr. Eric is unable to force it out of him. Good stuff from Zephyr being so evasive.
Oh, misses the tech, and that's going to cost him the stock. Every little tech counts in high-pressure situations like those. Mr. Eric, knowing that, reacting quick, gets the up smash that hits so low. Surprising.
And that was just very unlike Zephyr, actually. That's normally one of the techs that you hit. I'm not sure if Mr. Eric did just a read or if he reacted to it, but he did what he needed to do. Takes game number 1, and I'm expecting to see a stage with a couple platforms this time.
I feel like that was reactionary, but the thing is, when you have essentially 2 fall speed versions of your character, you have to know the tech timing on both of them. He had limit that time, and that actually gave him less time to react to that tech situation. So, you know, limit giveth, and limit taketh away, but only if you're ready to capitalize on little things like that. Cloud is a character that you have to have a really high like knowledge floor to fight effectively. And Eric, he's done his homework.
That's definitely for sure. But did he do enough homework? I guess we're going to find out because right now he has a slight lead, but it's not enough. You know, it's not enough for me to really say you did your homework.
Yeah, you know, C+. Maybe you copied off of your friends, like,
yeah,
you know, in the lunchroom that
You didn't show your work.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Zephyr, it's just, he's such a good player, but he's just not able to get this offense started versus Mr. Eric. And it's just weird to think of that because Rob's such a large character. You get him in there once, he shouldn't be able to land, but Mr. Eric just finding his way to the floor each and every time. Even right now, an up air, just getting rid of Zephyr so that he can manage to get his feet on the floor again.
Which is really surprising because, like, Rob is just such a big character, but I feel like Zephyr is kind of off-put by the aggressiveness of the landing options that Eric is doing. Because like he's fair, he's up air underneath the ledge. He's getting so crafty just to take away these like pressure situations that Zephyr is putting in.
And they're not always defensive options, which is generally how people do it. Oh, he rolled, he spot dots, and my man tried to DI out of that straight into the KO zone. Might lose his stock for it. The up smash coming in by Mr. Eric. Yeah. Zephyr looking down, pondering, figuring out what he did wrong. How can he still manage to keep his bracket dream alive at this tournament?
Honestly, it looks like, especially in that last stock, he is not playing to his character's pace at all. Mr. Eric is pretty much setting the tone of this match every single hit. And then now that he has a fresh stock, he backed up a second, and I'm liking the way that he's playing a little bit more now, but he just needs to stop trying to force advantages that aren't there yet.
Definitely well said. Before he was doing a lot of forward airs and just a lot of aggressive options that he didn't really need to do. Calm down, get your limit, wait for your time to shine. I would like to see maybe a couple edge guards coming in, though. That is one thing he's not doing. When Rob does use his up B, he can only cancel it with an attack. And Cloud's down air is going to beat every single attack that Rob has. So I would love to see him challenge Mr. Eric off stage.
Yeah, sometimes, like, especially when you're this far behind, you gotta take some risks. And
I mean, you can say you're not going to take risks, but you got in this position without taking them, so that tells you should do something a little different.
Yeah, just got to double down.
And again, just letting Mr. Eric back for free, and every time Mr. Eric gets on stage, you have to question, is now the time that you're going to lose your stock?
Okay, he finally lands the up air that he needed. Zephyr, he's recovering a little bit, like, mentally. You can kind of see it in his play, but it might be too little too late because he still has a pretty big deficit, and Eric has all the momentum even though he just lost that stock.
Speaking of momentum, Nair to forward air coming in, and he is still pressuring Zephyr. And now using a top, he is doing everything right. And he read the air dodge, but wasn't positioned for that down air. That would have been a phenomenal finish.
Yeah, he is styling on Zephyr practically right now because, honestly, every button that he's hitting is working. Please don't get hit by that Zeph. Okay, he did. So, still showing some signs of life. Zephyr still has a limit, though. And even though he's so far behind, he has to make something big happen with that limit in order to stay competitive.
Be a very unorthodox finishing touch at 50%, maybe a spike off stage, which he just misses opportunity for, or he's just going to have to outplay him until he gets into the 80% mark, and the spike is coming through, but is it enough?
You have to go down there.
He
let him back.
He recovers. He has that second breath. And so evasive right there, the up air coming in, and he almost takes it. Beautiful DI coming in from Zephyr.
How is he alive right now, but he cannot live another one?
But you can't do it twice. You can't do it twice. And Mr. Eric coming in with quite the performance against Zephyr. That was beautiful right there.
Eric's playing like fire tonight.